Boy HB Day, formerly known as Demarcus Day, the biggest threat. And if you don't know, now you know. Excuse me when I call you Hope, but bitch, you know I talk like that. Now I know this is supposed to be a thing, right? I suck at planning. Like, just kind of go freestyle. I got a semi-plan and I just bop. But I had to get my energy back right. I go take care of myself a little bit. Shit you supposed to be doing. But today I decided I'm gonna come to y'all and I'll talk to y'all about none of the topics I had laid out, to be honest with you. I'm talking about them at a later date. What we're gonna talk about today is how the fuck a nigga got to this point. What you mean? How you get to this point? How you got the phone in front of the camera? How the fuck I got to the point of being able to talk about what I talk about and understand what I can understand about life, people, energy, spirituality, all that shit. And how did I get there? My crazy ass life. That's how I got here. A crazy ass life. So today, and a few more times, we gonna go through all the parts. Because if I tell you all the whole story sitting down in one thing, you ain't gonna digest it. Plus, if I talk fast, I apologize. I'm gonna try to work on that each one we go so you can really understand what I'm saying and not have to rewind it back. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I have two parents. What the fuck do you mean you got two parents? Everybody got two parents, right? I ask this question to people all the time. How would you feel if your parents were dead and you never knew them? Whoa, nigga, you just jumped off. You don't got way too deep. Nah, I ain't got way too deep. I'm gonna tell you the real. I got two parents that are alive and breathing. And they ain't never did shit. Okay? But here's the difference though, because there's all different type of situations. I know these people. I can pick up the phone and call them and talk to them. Right? I done been in foster care. I done been passed around to different family members. I done been in all different type of situations. So we starting this shit from the beginning. Pensacola, Florida. My mom and daddy didn't know each other. Ain't no telling what the hell they had going on. Fighting over me, fighting over themselves. Who fucking knows? My mama, emotional as fuck. Okay? Don't know her way up from down. My daddy, traumatized as fuck. Come from a small town in Georgia where people don't give a fuck. What the fuck that got to do with me? I'm the product of that. That's where we started. So from the time I was little, I always had the ability to see shit that people can't see. And I always spoke on stuff that I'm not supposed to speak on. Kid, you damn right my husband left. He came back. He's sitting right next to me. Hello. Not worried about what you're talking about, boy. As long as you're listening. So when it gets down to it, right? It was pretty tumultuous. I got separated from my mama like 3, 4 years old. There's two of us, well, three of us. My little sister and me. And I'm just letting y'all know today, I'm not reading the comments today. I could respond to them, but I'm not reading them today. Today about me, okay? And you if you listen. So the thing about this is, my mom had a mental breakdown when I was about 4 years old. I had to watch that shit happen every day, slowly but surely. I remember my mama being fun loving, always wanted to do stuff, and slowly watched her energy leave her to where she would sit on the bed and not even know somebody was talking to her. So imagine you being, 3, 4 years old, you got a little sister, and your mama can't even hear you say, hey, but you remember running up and down the street with your mama racing. You remember your mama being skinny. Remember going to your grandma's house you know, and just getting a whole bunch of love and just being able to do whatever you want to. The thing about it is, right? Everybody got a fucked up ass starting point, right? You can have two parents have all the money in the world and not have no emotion in the household. It's a fucked up ass starting point. So I don't want you to understand, or I don't want you to think that this conversation I'm having with y'all is about just my fucked up ass life and woe is me. That ain't what the fuck this is. This is about motivation. It's about inspiring you and not letting that shit beat you up. Because from the time I was 6 years old, motherfuckers was telling me I was gonna be dead or in jail. Bitch, still out here. Still I am. Still out here doing what the fuck I wanna do, not giving a fuck about what you talking about. So, didn't know who my daddy was till I was about 6. Real shit. During that time period, right, my mama lost her mind. She lost her mind. I ain't even gonna cap to you. All she used to do was eat oatmeal pies every day. But during this time period is when my mother wound and the heart of me got twisted. I used to sacrifice for my mom and my sister. You know, I'm the man of the house. Look here. So what I do? I would give up food. I would give up the bed. We only had one bed. 2-bedroom apartment, one bed. Half a couch. And I told my mama and my sister that they had a bed. And I sleep on the couch and I sleep on the floor. My room was the laundry room. So all the dirty laundry and all the clean laundry used to go in there, and I used to dive in this pile to make it fun. You know, at the time I wasn't thinking none of it. And my mama go in the kitchen and she forgot to get us food. Mommy, I'm okay. I don't need no food, you eat. And she let me. She let me. I love my mama. She ain't know no better. At least she ain't realize she ain't know no better. That parlayed into a series of events that we're not gonna go into extreme detail, but we're gonna touch on. During this time period, my mom, I don't want to put her business out there, but we're gonna go ahead and put it out there. She was taken advantage of. Mentally, emotionally, sexually, whatever you want to call it. So was I. Yep, that's right, you heard it. That boy just admitted to being sexually assaulted and molested as a kid. It happens. That's why I pray and I plead, watch your motherfucking kids. He does. That's why I'm still here. He loves all of us. That's why we all still here, because we got a purpose. Much love to you. But the thing about this story, right? That ain't where it's not at. So we get shipped off. My mom gets sent into rehabilitation, right? So now, me and my sister bounce around. We go stay with our auntie, you know, auntie on my mom's side. Rest in paradise. She just passed recently. Made a lot of money. Don't know if emotional stability was a thing that they had in their household. So I come from what you call the best of both worlds. My mom's side, doctors, lawyers, FBI agents, you know, upper middle class. Bougie, but upper middle class. Going to the best schools in the nation. These are my immediate cousins. These are my first, second cousins I'm talking about. So on my mom's side, my mom is a laughing joke. Me and my sister the laughing joke. Because we didn't have that stability. We wasn't really blessed with those things. And they didn't understand what my mom was going through. They just wrote it off as she could do it if she wanted to. That's how generational curses happen. The same thing ended up happening to one of her kids. Get what you put in. During that time period, I was bullied my ass off. It was just me and my sister, but all I cared about was protecting my sister, being with my sister. So for a few years, I lived in this house, and they intentionally Now I understand they have money, and what they say about people with money, they believe in that second hand shit, but they were picking choose second hand shit. They made sure to go out their way to make sure I got the worst of the second hand shit. Played soccer, best in the house at it. Best in the house at it. Of all the kids, I'm the best in the house at all the sports. I'm the athlete. That look crazy on camera. Don't judge me. But during this time period, they used to give me hand-me-down stuff. So hand-me-down shin guards, and I'm talking about hand-me-down shin guards that didn't work. So you kicked me in my shins, I felt all of that. Still scored over 20-some goals. Nothing finna stop me. It's just a part of the thing, right? When it came to school, we didn't go to the same school. They had us going to a separate school. They had to go into Carrollwood. My cousins went to Villa Madonna. Once again, from Temple, and you know what I'm talking about, and you know what Villa Madonna is, and you know what Carrollwood is. You know what side of town is. No cap. Didn't matter though. Got my ass beat every day. I got my ass beat for some good things. Some things they didn't understand. They just thought I was being difficult. And I got my ass beat for some bad things. Some things I did, and some things of me just sticking up for my sister. For example, my sister go put her handprints on the mirror, line up all the kids. Hey, who, who did it? We kids. Ain't nobody gonna say who did it. But now the next question is, Uncle Ron's gonna be like, hey, rest in paradise, Uncle Ron. I ain't finna talk down on you like that because you good man. You just a quiet man. But, I know my sister did it, so I'm gonna stick up for her. Anything involving my sister, I'm taking that ass with her. I'm taking that. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm big bro. But it used to be so bad, me going to school every day, getting bullied because I didn't have my mama. And I would tell kids this. Now, kids, they can be mean. Who cares, right? They could be mean as a bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. But the truth is, it's because I wanted people to connect with me. And I thought that me being where I'm at, that people could understand it, even as a kid. That ain't true. People wanted to make fun of it. They wanted to make fun and take advantage of the fact that I didn't have nobody in my corner. Appreciate you. And still to this day, they want to take advantage of that. But that ain't what I'm here for. You can't take advantage of me. You can't take advantage of me at all. And the truth behind this is, that was the beginning of me understanding life. For me, it was going to be different. Didn't understand why, but we would be different. I'm going to a private school being bullied by the entire class, getting detention and suspension every day. Funny sidebar in this. My aunt and uncle didn't know that part for a while. Because I would come home. They don't work all day. They picking us up from the Boys and Girls Club about 6, 7 o'clock in the day. So they don't know. They don't know. All the other kids is this, they cool, they mild mannered, they not getting in trouble with me. You do something to me, I'm popping back. I'm popping back. Like I said, I was molested. I was physically abused, somewhat by my mama at that point, her not knowing. And RP my grandma gay. She stood up for me. For sure. I'm throwing names out there. I'm throwing names. Okay? Hey, listen, at this point, it's life. That's what happens, right? And I'm telling this story to somebody else out there who may be able to relate to it or is going through it, no matter what age you are, whether you 75, whether you 16, whether you 8 on YouTube catching this. No matter what you're going through, it's not supposed to break you. It's supposed to push you to who you are. So, one funny story from that is, I used to take all my detention letters, all my in-school suspension letters, and shove them under the desk that we had at the house. Because everybody would come home and do their homework. But me, I can't sit still. I don't like doing homework. Shove them under the desk until we had soccer practice or whatever sport it was. Because we played every sport except football. Well, American football. One day they found them. What? I got my ass beat like I stole everything. And from that point on, I got my ass beat every day before I went to school, before I even did something, and got my ass beat when I was coming home. So imagine going to school in Florida and you have uniforms, right? You have shorts, you have colored shirts, you have shorts and you have pants. 5 pair of shorts, 5 pair of pants, 2 pair of black shoes. I wore the black pants every day because I already knew I'm getting my ass whooped. I already know I'm getting my ass whooped. Why am I getting my ass whooped? Because they thought that if they beat my ass before I did something, maybe he won't do something. But that's not how it works. Because once you beat a kid so much, right? Once you start beating the kids so much for every little thing they do, they become numb to it. They expect it. That's why to this day, I do not believe in whooping kids unless it's absolutely necessary. I don't believe in yelling at kids. Do I believe in being stern with kids? Absolutely. Do I believe in military style punishment, running laps, push ups, sit ups? Yeah, for sure. And my daddy, we're going to get to him in a second because we transitioning. This is part one of this story now. This is part one. It's part one of the story. Today, that's what we're going to do. So, when it comes to my time being up in my aunt's house, me and my sister got split up. Right? Broke my heart. Broke my sister's heart. We got split up. Mama said she wanted us back. Right? And when I mean by we got split up, that shit lasted like 6 months. I was with my mama for a few months. Daddy. Next thing you know, I meet my daddy. Damn, you met your daddy? Oh yeah. At this point, I didn't even know I had a daddy. And I understand that, people might be like, oh, well, you got parents, you should be appreciative. I'm gonna say this again. Would you rather your parents be dead and you could paint the image of them, or would you rather them be alive and see how much they don't give a fuck about you and nothing but themselves and have to deal with the reality of my parents don't give a fuck about me at all. And I know who they are. And people tell me, oh, you act just like them. I'm around everybody else but them. They won't pick up the phone call. They won't see nothing. They won't come see you. They just go on with their life as if that's the way it's supposed to be. It's a tough conversation, but I'm also willing to have it. I've been in foster care, and we're gonna get to that part of the story, and I'm understanding that that's a tough thing to deal with. So, end up with my dad, right? It was a crazy year and a half of my experience. During this time period, he caught his charge. We ain't gonna speak on that because he hate me to this day about exposing that shit. But the same charge he caught, the girl he caught it with, was also sexually abusing me. Let me just say that. We're gonna say that she was sexually assaulting and sexually abusing me, for sure, for sure. So during this time period with my dad, me and him don't know each other. This is when I got introduced to we don't believe in celebrating holidays. Now, I believe in all different type of religions because I've experienced all different type of religions. I grew up in a Christian church, Baptist church, but I was going to a private school that was Catholic. So I understand the Hail Marys, the Mass, prayers. And I didn't know at the time that my dad grew up a little Jehovah's Witness. So the thing about this is, right, the thing about being exposed to different cultures and in different religions, right, you learn not to judge, but you also learn to understand that we're all the same. It ain't about color, about calling the Most High. It's about your belief, and that's what connects us all. Not religion, but spirituality. But at this time, I wasn't introduced to spirituality. It's just religion, the concept of it. So while with my dad, I'm getting introduced to, we don't celebrate birthdays. So my birthday come around. Oh, this nigga adamant about not getting me shit. But also, my dad also used me to his advantage. So imagine, you got a kid, right? You ain't been around him. You ain't did no healing upon yourself. You was completely unprepared for this, right? But I did get pieces from him, so we're not gonna rail him all the way in. I got the way I dress from him, taking care of yourself, being presentable, not looking like what you go through. Definitely get that from him. It's funny because I'm saying this. My dad used to beat the shit out of my ass. He used to beat me like I was a fucking grown man. And my dad was really a pussy about it, okay? Straight up bitch. I ain't gonna cap to you. Because who the fuck gonna hit a kid when they ain't looking? Hmm? This is what kind of life my daddy had me living. He used to fuck all my teachers. All of them. My agenda book wasn't for me to do homework. My agenda book was writing notes to all my teachers when they coming over later, they little plans and shit. You ain't figured out my age by now, let's just say cell phones wasn't popping like that. We gonna say that. Not yet. But anytime I did something, right? Whether I just close enough, close enough, close enough. But Pops was getting down. He used to have a treasure chest in the closet of every woman he dated. So my teachers was just like a small portion. And back in the day, the Walmart pictures and shit everybody be taking, what I'm saying? Like, he had them by the boat. My job, when the one was coming over for the weekend, I'm swapping out the photos. Don't let me fuck up, man. My job was don't say no names. If you don't know her name, you better not say shit. Just say, excuse me. So that shit funny as hell. Cause just thinking right back to it, like, what the hell was going on? A whole lot of shit. But while I was with my dad, right, anytime I did something wrong, he believed in military discipline, right? But my dad has an underlying anger problem. See me? People gonna say I got an anger problem because I'm gonna tell you right then how I feel and what it is. And it's extremely selfish. Really, my mom and dad are extremely selfish, right? But that comes from them not dealing with how they got there. Just thinking that I could wake up and bury it and put it in my backpack or just put it in the back of the closet and it never gonna show. So if you ask my dad, he ain't got no anger issue. Ain't nobody ever really seen him angry because he covers it. He hides it well with his face. And I say that because there's a lot of people in this world that act and do shit like that. Don't believe it. They gonna make it seem like you're crazy because you tell them shut the fuck up. Would you rather me tell you shut the fuck up, or would you want me to act like this and then go slash your tires or go poison your drink, or you turn around and then I start beating the shit out of you? Is he living? He died of me a couple years ago. I made an obituary. He probably still. He got more kids than me, so it ain't my problem. But the truth of the story, that one day he beat me so bad, like he had this thing that he would do. He had 7 belts, and they were all worn out and used because he used to wear them with his outfits and stuff. So he would fold these 7 belts together anytime I did something, and just beat the shit out of me. So if I would, he'll take me out and have the best day too. So he like to set you up for it. So he'll know you done did something right. He'll ask you about it, but also this is also why I stopped lying about shit. This is where I stopped lying at. Even the smallest lie, he classified as the worst thing in the world. So he would sit up there, take me out about my day, and I know I can't get away with nothing because he couldn't communicate with all my teachers. Every last one he communicated to. There's no secrets. But you a kid, you like, I think I can get away with it. That maybe the teacher didn't remember that. Nah. She remembered all that. They all remembered all of it. So what he would do is he'd take me out. We'd go to the mall. And this is the good part about my dad. We go to the mall. He'll buy me the same thing he wearing. So if he wearing the Nike shots, I'm getting the Nike shots. We dress identical head to toe like twins, right? It's a good thing, but he also used me to get pussy. So this is what this is, right? Matching earrings, matching one hanging earring down, the loop shit, type shit. So all of that. It was always fresh, but he would beat my ass if I got a speck of dirt on them clothes. Beat me like beat me like his mama beat him. And I love my grandma, but when people on earth, people got trauma. That's how we spinning back to this. And I'm having this conversation with people so you can understand why I started this channel, why I'm having the conversations I have, why I talk the way I talk and why I'm emphatic about what I'm saying. So this particular time, right, he used to beat me with these 7 belts. He beat me so bad that I had black and purple. Not only beat me, right? He would beat me when I fell asleep in the tub. Because you gonna try to avoid some shit. He gonna beat you while eating pizza, right? So he'll take me out, take me out to the mall, take me to the movies. I love pizza. Go get my favorite pizza. Have me sit down and eat it that night. While I'm eating the pizza, he'll come and ambush me while I'm facing the wall. So all you feel is pow, pow, pow. One time he hit me, so our pizza just flew and hit the wall. I was about to take my first bite. That's fucked up, right? It's fucked up. Then after he beat my ass, he would make me stand in the corner of a dark room that was supposed to be my room till like 1 o'clock in the morning, holding 10-pound weights. Now I believe in military discipline. I don't believe in this part. You got to be of age to hold certain weights. But he would make me stay on with my nose in the room, and he would tell me, "Oh, absolutely, he instilled good traits in me, but come at a cost. Everything come at a cost. I don't think it was intentional. If that's the way you got to take it to get there, I don't know. But he used to make me stand with my nose in the corner of the room the entire night and don't make a sound, don't move, don't drop the weights. This is after he beat my ass, by the way. Now, this particular night, I fell asleep in the tub. And when you fall asleep in the tub, you get all pruny, soaked up. You thinking, okay, well maybe he might forget. Nigga didn't forget. I fell asleep. I woke up to him beating me in the tub. But once again, we as people do what we're shown and we do what we're taught. That's what happened to him. How do I know? I ended up living with his mama later on in life. That's part 2 of the story. So not only did I experience him, but I experienced not his entire upbringing, but close enough to understand where it came from. So he beat the shit out of me that night. Beat me so bad that I couldn't lay down in the bed. I couldn't get up the next morning and wear my clothes. Like putting on my clothes was terrible. He used to have this red Pontiac Firebird, 2-seater, leather seats. So I remember getting in that morning, trembling, didn't know how bad I had really been beaten, right? I just knew I just couldn't sit down. I couldn't move fast. I couldn't do anything. And I couldn't sit down in his car. And he looked at me and he said, if you don't sit your ass down, I'm going to beat you again like I beat you last night. So now I'm just, shit, you going to jump in that motherfucking seat. You go, oh, shit. Fuck all the pain. I ain't, oh, shit. Oh. Right? That's what you going to do. You going to do that. I get to school. I know. He been fucking all my teachers. Very American. Very American. So, he got his fade too, by the way. He got his fade a few times. He don't want that no more. But as I'm going to the school, right? We go to school, get out. This back when, once again, revealing my age, Pledge of Allegiance is in school, right? Used to get up, you get the first period, you get to sit down. Everybody cool. So I get to class and I sit down and I forgot about the Pledge of Allegiance. I completely forgot. I forgot that, we had to get back up. So I'm thinking, okay, if I can go ahead and sit down before the teacher get in here, I can get through first period and she ain't gonna know, can't really sit down. Trying to protect my daddy. Wasn't even really thinking about protecting him. I just didn't want it to be no situation. Well, teacher comes in, everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm completely fucked. Tell me why. I stand up slowly, right? But the whole class standing up. So you don't really notice. I'm in the middle of the class. Pledge of Allegiance goes down. Now it's time to sit down. I couldn't sit down. He's with them wooden desks. The wooden desk, no cushion. This ain't no chair. This ain't the plastic chair wooden desk. This is the wooden desk. I go to sit down. I can't sit down. So now I'm pump faking sitting down. I'm because it's all over my leg, the back of my legs, my thighs, my calves, my arms, from here to here. My back, all of this tore up. And the teacher kept asking me to sit down, and I was just trying. I was trying so hard to sit down, trying so hard, trying not to make it an issue. Not even thinking about protecting. It wasn't even nothing about protecting my daddy. Like, you're just trying not to be a problem. It's another consistent thing in my life. Couldn't sit down, so the teacher finally decides to come over and say, Derek, what's wrong? Nothing. Derek, what's wrong? Nothing. Come outside, Derek. Slow walk outside like an old man. She tells me to turn around and lift my shirt up. I have purple bruises all over my body, all over my back, all over the back of my legs. And I know I'm a kid. I didn't even know. Didn't even know. I just knew I couldn't sit down. The lady called the police station. So I remember going to the police station that day. And you know the whole TV thing where, you sitting, you see the motherfucker in the room and you on the other side and they can't see you. It's that one-way mirror type shit. That's what the fuck was going on. That's what it was. So I don't know what he told him that day. I don't know what the conversation was, but he walking out of there, right? But I definitely remember watching him behind that glass. And I say this to say that when parents or people get caught doing shit like this, right? 9 times out of 10, they don't learn. They just learn how to do it better. They just learn how to not lose their kids, how to not get in trouble. Shout out my sister though. Not really. You don't always take shots at her, man. I ain't even gonna get to that yet. Yeah, we're not gonna get to her yet. She knows she's wrong as hell. But that was my experience with my dad, right? There were good moments. Because as a kid, you look up to you look up to your parents. You want to be around your parents. You want to be perfect for your parents. That's another part of my trauma that led me to where I'm at now. Wanting to be perfect for my dad. Wanting to live up to the expectations of he take me out and put me in these nice clothes. I dare not spill a bit of anything on it. A drop of anything. Or he gonna beat the living shit out of me. He sent me to school in an outfit. I'm a kid. I'm not supposed to play? How you supposed to play and not get dirty? I'm eating soup. Not realistic. No matter, right? Shortly thereafter, this particular girlfriend of his, not gonna say her name. Let's just say she was junior, senior in high school, something like that. I don't know. She turned into my babysitter. Used to go in the closet and kiss and shit when he wasn't there. But once again, I'm hearing my dad have sex and shit every day with all these women and shit like that. Plus my experiences from when I was smaller around my mama. And the only reason I don't touch on those particular details is in case my mom does come across this and I know where she's at and I know how much it hurts her to even know the stuff that I went through in my life that she does know. So I don't want to air all of that out because I don't want my mom to just feel like it's just completely, her life is just completely fucked up for certain shit, right? Not completely her fault at all. Because it takes a village to raise a kid. So if the kid fails, the whole village fails. You don't take credit when the kid becomes successful and he goes to the league or becomes a doctor and now everybody wants to take credit. But you don't want to take credit when that motherfucker go to jail at 18, 19 to catch a murder. You don't want to take credit then. That's your kid then, right? Nah, nigga, it's the village. It's always the village. Particular woman, her and my dad had these back and forth things. I guess she got mad one day, told my daddy. So now he back to beat me again, right? And remember when I go back to the story about how people don't change when they go and shit like this, they just get better at it? What was my dad's adjustment? He took me to buy the new belt he was gonna beat my ass with. So no longer was it 7 belts. It's one. It's one brand new spanking leather belt that he taught me to say, hey, does this look good? Does this look good? Does this look good? Yeah, it look good, Pop. Okay. Took me home and took the windshield wiper off his car, set it down in front of me, and now the but one just became, if you jump over that line, I'm gonna beat you like I beat you that night that we went to the police station. That was the exact phrase. He only said that shit one time. I never, ever in my life, no matter what he did, jumped over that damn windshield wiper. Never again. Never jumped over it. Some people call it traumatic. Listen, at this point, I'm built for shit, right? Not understanding, because in my head, it's still my dad, still my pops. I didn't even know I had a pops until this point. I don't know, I remember looking around and not knowing. The thing about it is, right? One day I wake up thinking that, you know, well, at least my dad loves me. Boom, sends me off, ships me off back to my mama. In his words, he says, well, your mama called. She said she wants you back. But as a kid, you like, huh? I, I thought you wanted me. So in my head, I'm thinking it's because I got him in trouble, getting my ass beat, and going to school, and him being found out about it. I'm thinking that it's my fault that I'm leaving, right? All this on my head. I'm thinking that it's my fault that I couldn't help my mama. I'm thinking that it's my fault that my dad didn't want me. I'm thinking it's my fault that my auntie didn't want me. Because all they ever complained about was, oh, he always doing something. He always getting in trouble. He always this. He always that. He always this. He always that. So then that's when I gained the label of being an angry kid. Now I'm skipping some pieces of the story, right? When I say my mama wanted back, because during this time period, I stayed with a lot of people. I stayed with my dad's sister, beat me just like he beat me. Wouldn't even touch her own kids like that. Beat me every chance she got. Swear to God, today she don't remember that shit though. Swear she don't remember that. I stayed with numerous other family members who did the same shit. Ended up in New York with my mama because we getting close to part one. We getting close to ending part one. I'm not gonna OD y'all on this shit. Get back to New York with my mama. Everything's kind of okay, but we staying with a lady, which is her auntie, which is my grandma's sister. It doesn't like me because I laugh, I'm independent, I can't be broken or manipulated as a kid. So if I see you doing something wrong, no matter if you're an adult or a kid, I'm gonna say, hey, that's not right. You got a whole bunch of other kids in the house. You don't want them looking up to me, so you can't manipulate them or do what you want to do with them, right? A bunch of cousins in here, 7 to 8 kids. I'm the one that gets singled out. I'm the one she don't want around. I used to walk to the library by myself. I used to do a lot of shit by myself. Matter of fact, I did so much shit by myself that my mama trusted me to go to the store by myself in New York City. One Saturday morning, she decided she was gonna wake up and cook some egg and cheese sandwiches. Cause she know that was my favorite. My fucking favorite. But it wasn't just for me. She had a dude coming over. Don't remember what the dude's name was, but we was in a little small little thing. Saturday morning, she told me, Derek, go to this corner store and get some bread. I'm no more than 10 years old at this time, maybe 9, 10 to 9. Like, hey, that's no big deal. But this fucking New York City, this Brooklyn nigga, this Brooklyn, New York City, like, stop playing. Early 2000s. Matter of fact, this is around the time of the Twin Towers. Just so I'm gonna give y'all perspective of how old I am and what time period I'm talking about. I was actually in New York City in school when the Twin Towers got hit. On me. She sent me to the corner store, get bread. And I asked her before I left, what if they don't have bread? She says, we'll go to the next store until you get some bread. Them some vague instructions for a kid. I love my mama. I'm gonna keep saying this. Love my mama. We worked through a lot of shit. We still got a long way to go as far as her understanding me as a man and what it's like to love a man unconditionally. But she got her own trauma that she can't fix due to her parents. Another topic for another day. I got lost. I went to the corner store. There was no bread. So I did what my mama said. I went to the next corner store, and the next corner store, and the next corner store, and the next corner store. By the time I found some bread, 12, 15 blocks away, I look back and don't even know where the fuck I'm at. I'm just happy I got the bread. Somehow, I was gone damn near the entire day. I didn't get back to my mama's house till way after dark, damn near like maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock. I just kept walking around. Fortunately, nobody snatched me up. Nobody even looked at me. I just kept making my way back down. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just trying to remember where we stay at. I ended up finding a police officer that was about 3, 4, 5 blocks away and walked up to him. I asked him if he could help me find my mom. He looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, why you gotta find your mama? Because why the fuck you ain't with your mama? You know, he did his police work. He did his police thing. You know, tracking my mama down. My mama answered the door. Like, oh my gosh, thank God you have my son. But in my head, in my heart, I felt like my mama never left the house. Never tried to look for me. That shit hurt. That shit hurt. Because I would do, at this time period, I would have died for my mama and sister. I went without eating, like I said. If we didn't have food, mama said, y'all eat it. I'm good. I'm a jit. I'm a jit. What I look like saying that? What I look like telling my mama, like, oh yeah, cool. I don't want no cereal. You can eat it. And she being like, okay, okay. I'm telling these stories. I'm telling these stories because I want people to understand that no matter what you've been through, no matter how bad it may seem, there's always somebody that's worse, that got it worse, right? 2, having faith and understanding that things happen for you, not to you, to push you to where you need to be in life, is the perspective. Glass half empty versus glass half full is the concept, right? If your glass is half full, you'll always keep in mind, damn, my car just broke down in the middle of nowhere. But you know what? There's somebody somewhere that ain't got a car. And if you're that person that somebody ain't got a car, there's somebody that ain't got a crib. And if you're somebody who ain't got a crib, and somebody who ain't got a job, ain't even got shoes to put on their feet. There's some kid somewhere starving, whose mama's on drugs, who's beating the shit out of him that he can't even do anything. There's always a worse situation, and there's always a better situation. So comparing yourself to other people is pointless as far as jealousy. There's no reason to be jealous of anybody. Be jealous of yourself because you could have did better, or be jealous of what you used to do compared to what you do now. That's the only thing you should be jealous of. My mom ended up putting me and my sister in foster care. And we coming to the end of part 1. Okay? By this time, I'm 11 years old. Like I said, there's way more details and stuff that can go into it, but I'm trying to keep it light. I'm trying to keep it to where you can understand my purpose for this channel and why I'm having the conversations I'm having. This is a safe space for a reason. Not I'll tease you. One day she's gonna pick up the motherfucking phone and get on here and you're gonna see what this channel is really about. But right now I'm giving you the introduction to me, the real introduction. The face, the voice, the thought process behind why I say, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you goddamn do. If you don't like me, you can suck the tip of my kids and keep eating my ass like you used to do and keep doing. I don't give a damn about what you say. Motherfuckers been hating on me my whole goddamn life. And I didn't even know why. Now I know why. What's the point? Because you can't break me. We're not worried about that. So, yep, I'm bi. I love every man and woman on this goddamn earth that got good intentions for me. You damn sure right. Come on now. You gotta do better than that, man. I done heard better shit in my own brain. Y'all think it's weird. But put me and my sister in foster care. After the Twin Towers hit, me and my sister were the last two in our school to get picked up. Nope, my mama didn't have a car. So I'm not gonna blame that on her, right? I'm not gonna blame that on her all the way. But it's a different type of feeling to look up and start seeing kids getting called out of school and not know what was going on, and the teacher just stopped teaching. So you the last one in your class sitting there, and then by the time you leave, it's just you and your sister coming out. You get home, you turn on the network, and you see the Twin Towers. And as a kid, you don't really understand. You're like, where the fuck my cartoons at? Where the fuck my cartoons at? Like, why the hell ain't no cartoons on? How long we gonna keep watching this shit? But as a grown person, I understand now. That was a day that changed everybody's lives in this country. In other countries, that was a day that changed a lot of people's lives. But shortly after that, mom came to me and my sister and said, "Hey, I'm gonna take y'all to the doctor tomorrow." My brain all the way on, right? I know how it is. My mama take us to the doctor, and I know she's gonna do more than what she did to take us to the doctor, right? But before that, the scar on my eye, I got hit by a car. Sidebar: I hit my car. The outside mirror of a car sliced my head open to my skull. Block party. But I see a lot of crazy questions being asked from homeless. But this particular day, she took us to, I don't know where y'all from, I don't know where y'all stay at, but DFACS office, CPS, whatever y'all want to call it. She took us to this building. It was like the 4th, 5th floor. We get up there, there's a million people up there. And as a kid, I say a million people, it's probably like 100 something. But there's literally so many people there, no seats, there's no room. All different ages, races, all type of shit. Me and my sister are sitting there. I'm a couple years older than my sister, by the way. So my sister isn't processing a lot of shit. Not processing a lot of shit at all. Shout out Teasy, she in the chat. She in the chat. Shout out Teasy, I see you. But my dude, Maul, as I call her, my country ass, Maul, looks at us after about 20 minutes and says, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna come right back." I'm already knowing she ain't going to the bathroom. I'm already knowing she ain't going to the bathroom at all. So what happens? 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, 30 minutes go by, 2 hours go by. My sister crying now. This started happening like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. When I tell you we were the last people on this floor at 3 o'clock in the morning, the last. My sister done cried so much she can't even cry no more. And she just keep asking where mama at. Me being big brother already knowing something ain't right, right? I don't know everything, but I know this ain't right. I just keep telling them, she coming back. She gonna come back. No worries, she gonna come back. She never came back. That was the day we got put in foster care. That was the day that the lady, social worker, brought her to the back room and said, "Hey, your mom says she can't take care of you guys anymore. She wanted to find you guys a good place, and her main request, her only request was to put you guys together." Then looked at me in the face and said, "You being a boy at the age you are, it's hard to find a place for you. There are plenty of people willing to take your sister due to her gender and her age. But finding a place for you is already difficult enough, let alone a place for both of y'all. What kind of motherfucker gonna tell that to a goddamn kid at 3:30 in the morning when their mama lied to him and just dropped them off and ran off? When I say ran off, she ran off crying because I don't think any mother wants to do that. Okay? But I think you should have a conversation with your kids, especially when their brain is on. But my mom has a particular way of dealing with stuff. She does what she was taught, which is not deal with stuff, not confront stuff, which is what makes me special because no matter what environment I was put in, no matter what situation was turned, I'm gonna attack it head on. I'm gonna attack it head on. So if you tell me not to come to my car, I'll meet you there, little bitch. Cause you ain't gonna do shit to me. I got something for that ass. You dig? But that was a day that changed a lot for me as far as how I perceive women, how I perceive family, how I perceive life. And we damn near going on an hour. I'm not gonna overload you. That's part one. I think we got about 3 more, maybe 4 more parts of shit, depending on how I tell it, how much detail I say. Like I said, I ain't write none of this down. I'm just coming to tell y'all and show y'all who I am. Because this is why this is a safe space. I'm not just one of the motherfuckers talking. It's not gonna tell you what they've been through. Motherfuckers like to tell you what they've been through way later. I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell you now. Because the most I put it in my heart to start talking. To start telling. Not for me, but to help somebody else out there who got some shit going on they don't want to talk about. They don't know who to talk to about. And they trying to figure out how to work through it. That's what we on. That's what we here for. And that's how it's always gonna be. So once again, I'm HB Day, Heartbreak Day, formerly Jamarcus Day, the biggest threat. You got to know that. Excuse me when I call you ho, cause bitch, you know I talk. Till Sunday, cause we're coming back tomorrow, part 2. So lock in. Much love to everybody. And I hope that you continue upon whatever journey you on. And I hope that you invite me and the rest of the world to know your story. Love.